Guardians Quest Episode 20, The Battle for Celestara. In a galaxy filled with wonder and peril, the peace of Celestara has been shattered. Once a shining beacon of hope, it is now under siege. Our story follows the brave Guardians, led by Dewey, who embark on a daring mission to reclaim their beloved home. But at what cost? As they prepare for an epic showdown against a powerful enemy, we ask ourselves...
To Mom!
Also, why are you wearing that funky hat?
What? Oh, this? No reason.
That was odd. Mighty odd.
Are you off your nut, Professor? How could you sell the company to Mom?
I had to. We've been losing money. Perhaps my strategy of using a giant spaceship to deliver one package at a time wasn't as clever as I thought. Plus, you three never actually charged anyone.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry.
Ah, this bends.
Oh, fuff. It's not like this is the end of the world as we know it.
This is the end of the world as we know it. With her recent purchase of Planet Express, evil entrepreneur Mom now owns over 50% of the Earth, making her its supreme ruler.
Has anyone ever noticed how Fry always seems to turn on the TV at just the right moment?
At the risk of editorializing, this reporter
ourselves. What sacrifices will the Guardians have to make to reclaim their home? Stay tuned as we dive into the heart of this thrilling adventure where courage meets destiny. The Guardians knew they couldn't face this challenge alone. Just as the sun rose over the horizon, the Zintharian fleet emerged from the starlit shadows, their ships shining like stars against the dark void of space. Together, they formed an alliance that symbolized hope for Celestara. The Guardians included Dewey, a courageous leader fueled by the desire to protect his people. Engineer Bolt, who never stepped back from a challenge and had a knack for tech upgrades. Pilot Pippin, agile and swift, ready to soar high and protect the skies. Navigator Orion, wise and strategic, always charting pathways to victory. And Medic Luna, whose heart and compassion provided healing on the battlefield. Each played a pivotal role, and together they represented the strength of unity against oppression. As dawn broke, tension filled the air, and the Guardians gathered to discuss their plan of attack. Dewey glanced at the holographic map displaying their enemies' fortified positions. They've fortified their defenses, he cautioned. We need a strategic approach. Engineer Bolt chimed in, excitement lighting up his eyes. I've upgraded our weaponry and created defensive mechanisms that will give us an edge. Meanwhile, Pilot Pippin laid out plans for aerial support, emphasizing the importance of air superiority. Navigator Orion, with his keen perception, pointed to potential weak points in enemy lines. If we exploit these, we might create a breakthrough. Medic Luna prepared herself for the inevitable injuries, vowing to provide care for every Guardian on the front lines. With unity and strategy guiding them, they set the stage for an unforgettable battle. The Guardians ready themselves, each stepping into their roles with determination. I'll provide aerial support and keep the skies clear, ensuring no enemy fighter gets past me, exclaimed Pilot Pippin confidently. Engineer Bolt readied his tools, his passion for innovation reflecting in his commitment to the cause. Medic Luna, setting up field hospitals, had everything prepared: bandages, med kits, and a warm smile for the wounded. With hearts pounding and spirits high, they were more than a team. They were a family ready to fight for their home. The electric atmosphere was charged with hope and courage.
odds the demise of the pathetic human species.
The situation is indeed grim. We go now to a live statement from Mom.
Oh, don't worry, dearies. The only change I'm making is that Mother Earth will now be called Mom Earth.
Aw, that's cute.
Also, you're all my slaves, and anyone who doesn't report for duty before curfew tonight will be blasted by Hoverbot Death Troopers.
Okay. In hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have sold her Planet Express. Must be my hind cataracts.
Well, the Earth isn't safe anymore. As captain, I propose we get the hell out of here.
Second.
Amen, sister.
To the ship!
As the sun climbed higher, the Guardians launched their coordinated assault on the enemy position. Captain Astra's voice rang out, "All units, engage!" For Celestara, the air was filled with the roar of engines and the clash of shields. Both sides fought fiercely, energy beams and explosions lighting up the battlefield. Dewey led charge after charge, rallying his comrades, but it quickly became clear that their enemies were as determined as they were. With each passing moment, they fought not only for Celestara, but for the very essence of freedom and hope itself. Dewey, amidst the chaos, felt the weight of the moment. "Their reinforcements are stronger than we anticipated," he said, searching for a solution. "We need to cut off their supply lines." Engineer Bolt leapt into action. "Ill-deployed disruption drones to hinder their logistics," he shouted, his voice slicing through the cacophony. Navigator Orion, with a keen eye, pointed out, "Their command center is vulnerable. We need to strike now." The Guardians executed their plans deftly, and with every enemy they neutralized, the tide began to turn, painting the battlefield with the colors of hope and daring. As the dust settled around them, the moment for action arrived. Captain Astra turned to Dewey. "Lead the ground assault. Pippin, cover him from the air." Dewey felt adrenaline surge through him as he rallied his fellow Guardians. United in their mission, they launched a final push, breaking through the enemy's formidable defenses. The harsh cries of the intruder leader echoed across the battlefield. "Retreat! We cannot hold them off." And just like that, the enemy forces began to falter. The Guardians pressed on, reclaiming what was once lost, inch by inch, heart by heart. With the last remnants of the enemy in retreat, Celestara was finally liberated. Dewey stood triumphantly. "We've done it. Celestara is free." But the victory was bittersweet, as Captain Astra remarked. "This is just the beginning. We must remain vigilant for what lies ahead." Celebrations erupted, yet a sense of uncertainty loomed. The battle may have been won, but the war was far from over. The Guardians understood the price of peace was ongoing vigilance. Will they be prepared for the challenges that await? Stay tuned for the next thrilling episode.